Hello. Welcome back to another D-Man the Defenders video. Today we are going to be taking a look at the patch. It's been out for like a day here. I was waiting for the world boss to be added and saving like the Dwarf workshop. I made the video originally, right when it came out, like literally like uh like 3-4 hours right after the maintenance, like minutes after I was already on. But I realized they hadn't added anything, they hadn't added the content yet, so I had to wait for the reset. And then they added it in, sounds like the world boss function, the dwarf. They've increased all the heroes, so every single hero can now be awakened, which is a huge game changer. And I could talk about that alone just for the next like 2 hours, like easily. I'm going to give you my opinion on that because that's so important, because they are definitely pushing the game in a direction that I think everyone should be aware of. Um, so everybody can go to 12 stars with, and their artifacts can go to level 4 respectively. You can change the avatar frames. I'll show you that, what they mean by that. And they made it so like if you when you go to level 11, it displays differently a little bit, because the level or 11 stars and 12 stars, they look the same. But they changed that up and they fixed all the fixes. The one I like the most is the number 9, where they fix like Azora's blood when he generates a crit. But I don't think they fixed the blood, or I don't think they fixed the bug when, if you're using the storm set, when he crits, it stops his slashes. Um, I don't think they fixed that yet, which kind of sucks because Azura does really great with that kit. But again, though, so for the frames, if you want to get rid of that red dot, you have to click on all of these things here. So if you notice, like this, how many times I've done the video, you can tell like every time I do a video, I click on a different guy. But anyways, if you look at the bottom here, if you see like the Taurus, it has a red dot, but if you click on him, it goes away, right? And then, so if you click on all of them, it will eventually go. And I'm happy that they added in this guy right here, because that's the original one that you start with, right? Like that's the original one. But after you select like a picture, you can never go back to that one ever again. But they re-added that back in, so I'm happy about that. And this is what they mean. You can go back. So if you don't want to show the, like whatever one that you got from the arena, or if you're doing like the temple war, if you got whichever ones you got from the temple war or from other places, if you don't want to show, then you can just go back to your original circle one here. But this one looks very good on the pirate one, which is my favorite one, and that's why I use it, because of his golden hair. It sort of matches. And they added in VIP 13, so that's awesome. So you got a copy of like Eris here and 100 million gold, and you get these things daily or something like that. And then what else did they do? They changed the Hellas Abyss. They from 396, so you can now go up. I believe the cap is, because the first guy here, he's already did it. He went to 432, and I believe that's probably the maximum. I haven't done it yet because I'm waiting to do like a video. I'm waiting to do a video, but what else did they change here? Oh, they moved, like if you go to the Space Explorer, they just moved where you can go to the temple, right? So it's all in one place. So you can just click on it, and then you can go to here, click on the Battle of Gods. But they added, this is the world boss function here, where you can go, if you click on this potency at the side, I saw this at the very end. So like I kind of just went, like I just hit battle, and I think it lets you fight like 2 or 3 times or something like that. Like 3 times, I believe. And I just hit battle, but if you hit on this potency here, you can buy like boost for it. And I bought this afterwards, so I didn't even get to see how it worked. But like I don't quite understand why it means like enable potency is available. It's only valid for the heroes who has equipped that artifact, right? So like I'm not really sure exactly, but because I'm guessing not everybody has like the block one, right? Like only like Joan of Arc has that. So but anyways, it doesn't go up with cost too. So if like I just buy one right here, uh, so it went up to 24, but it still stayed at 80 diamond here. So I think and I don't know about the rewards. If this is daily, this will be insane. This will be such a game changer if this is daily. I don't believe it is, but I really hope it is. If that's a daily reward, or I'm taking a guess that you get the reward after the boss goes down. So after the boss goes down, then whoever's in first place for the damage, then you get these rewards and stuff like that. Because that would be crazy if it was like after, like, you know, every time, right? But there's a really cool function here. I'm really excited about it. It's kind of, it's really awesome. I really wish I didn't do it. Like I kind of wish I did it with you guys. But anyways, actually no, let's go over the dwarf workshop here. If you click on your thing, if you don't see this, that's because you're too low of a level. Like if you're like level 50, 60, you might not be able to see it. But here's the warrior's manual that you get like the points for, right? That you've been getting whenever you do like your dailies and stuff like that, right? Which I do believe it is worth it to buy this in here. And you don't have to buy it right away. You can buy it whenever you want, within that 20 days remaining in 16 hours and 51 minutes. You can buy it whenever they'll just unlock. It is worth it. It's a for the price anyways. And this dwarf one, I've tried to buy it. It's absolutely worth it. It's really cool. If you look at you get these little voucher things, and here you get like 1,000 diamond. Like it's really worth it, like quite a bit. I've tried to buy it, but this is what you, so after you get like these little things that you get when you unlock the little voucher things, you can click on the shop here. It lets you buy it lets you, and just being here for a quick glance, the number one things that you should be buying here is definitely buy the limit of 50 for the gold. You can buy a limit of 50 for the gold, and then buy the limit of this advanced stone here. And nobody, whether you're new or old or in the middle, like whether you spend a lot or spend nothing, never ever buy the small pile of experience here. That's absolutely not worth it. Even if you need it, do not buy it. Eventually you'll get to the point where you have so much, whether you spend, even on my free-to-play account, I have too much of this. So I don't understand why they give you so much, yet like, yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah, and I guess you can buy these things here and stuff like that, especially now that you can awaken them. Then they're not as useless as they once were. These little treasure chest ends to get the artifacts. So I think that's really sweet that they added this function. And if you want to unlock it says $50, but whenever I click on it, like it pops up as like as $130, like when I go to pay for it. So I haven't bought it, but once they fix that, I'll most likely buy that. Well, not most likely, I'll definitely buy it. And then at some point too, I'll buy this as well. Anyways, the heroes. This is just crazy. This changes so many things. Now, I didn't expect them to allow us to awaken every hero so soon. I thought maybe like maybe like another 2-3 like every patch, but now they just went ahead and say, you know what, take it, right? Especially you can awaken like Ramesses 2 here, Azora you can awaken, Billy Kid, King Tut you already able to. You can awaken like Lilith here. That's just crazy. That's just absolutely, it's a game changer for sure. Valkyrie can awaken here, like I can awaken Valkyrie, right? And the reason why this is so important, like where they're pushing the direction of the game, because the awaken ability, right? Like if you read the awaken ability for any of them, it says like whatever. This one's Harvest Solar. It says your hero when your hero is stunned, but not the Grim Reaper though, like herself. Like how do I say it? Like this applies when somebody else on your team gets stunned. So all of the awakened abilities applies to other people, not to that hero themselves. So like this is when a hero on your team gets stunned, she will come out and attack, right? And same with Freddy's. That's why I've never gotten to see Freddy's life barrier in action, because he's the first person. So as soon as I open with him, so that way he uses his blazing claws to resurrect my Grim Reaper, right? But then he dies because I don't gem up and I don't really gear him up or anything like that, right? So he goes in, then he dies. So this never gets activated. So the only way this can get activated is I'll have to put like a hero above him or something like that. But same with like Azora's, if you read here, his Azora's Fury, right? When an Astro. And then same with like Ramesses 2, if you read it, right? When a moon hero releases rage, right? So they're really pushing. If you go to Valkyries too, right? When a sun hero blocks like an enemy's attack, right? So like then that's when it activates. Same if like even like Thor is here, right? When a sun faction hero like successfully blocks, right? But like only sun faction heroes use block, right? Like I've already said it before, and it's kind of sort of hard to understand. I'll have to make a video explaining it a little bit more. But like Astro beats Sun, and Sun beats Moon, and Moon beats Astro. Like they're meant to counter each other, right? So there's no one best faction. But what a lot of people do, so I'll go to the lineup here in let's see the arena, right? Let's see if I want to fight this guy here. A lot of people, what they do is like myself included, is like beforehand, before you were even able to awaken, I wasn't using the Grim Reaper, right? Like I was using my Zora here, was getting the resurrection, and I would use the Grim Reaper, and as well as I would use what's even called it, Ramesses 2, right? Especially before I got my second one here, right? But let's just say like, I didn't have 2, right? So now I'm using the best moon hero. Well, arguably like King Tut's probably the best, if not the top 3 of all heroes. But I'm using Ramesses 2 from the moon, and I'm using Valkyrie, which is again arguably the best sun hero, and then I'm using like Azora and Billy Kid and stuff like that, right? So like I'm using like the best heroes from all of the factions, and they really don't want people doing this because it's not that it's not fair, but it's not like so. Like when you awaken like your Valkyrie and you awaken your Ramesses 2, their awakened ability won't be used. Like it won't go off because nobody else on my team here can block, and nobody else on my team is a moon faction hero, right? And even though Harmonia does count as all factions, it doesn't apply to her when she uses her rage. At least I don't believe so. So like they really want to get away from people. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to hit fight. I don't have any gems either, so I still won. But yeah, like they really want you to commit to one faction. Like they really want you to commit to they really want you to commit to one faction here. So you really have to think about it, because it's not like it was before where you could just awaken, where you could just use whoever, and then afterwards you could just reset, right? Like you just put, like, let's say if you put like this guy in here, you could reset her, or him, and then get all your stuff back, right? You can get all your gold invested and everything like that. So even if I go here, arena, defense, and I go to here, take away, save, go back. Hey, like I can reset her, right? And I can get 66 million gold back, and I can get all the spirit that I put in here and all of the advanced stone that I used on her, right? But I can't get the resources that I used to awaken her, and So if even if you go to here, let's do this one here quickly. Like when you're awakening heroes, especially if you're using like, let's say if you're using yeah, let's say if I want to use this and stuff like that, I now have to decide like which people to use, like which ones I don't really care about awakening, right? So whereas before it didn't really matter, like it didn't really matter because you couldn't awaken, like before they added an awakening function, you could switch back and forth between the moon, whatever you wanted, but you can't, like it's very very difficult to do that now because you only have so many resources, like for example, like even these cards, right? Like you know, like if I want to sacrifice a Zora to like bring up like Billy Kid or something like that, right? Like now I won't be able to use the same card to bring up like Ramesses 2. So having Ramesses 2 on my team or even Valkyrie it won't be worth it because I won't be able to awaken them. They won't be able to be as strong. And even if I do awaken them, they're not going to be able to use awaken ability. So they're going to be suffering. So instead of using Valkyrie, it would be better if I awaken a Zora and Billy Kid because they can both work together and such. Yeah, so that's basically like it. Like you really have to decide what heroes that you want, and some heroes that already like suck like a lot, right? Like Nietzsche, he sucked quite a bit. Black Hawk sucks. Lilith sucks. Cassius is alright. Like depends on like he's okay. Joan of Arc sort of sucks. Van Helsing sucks. Merlin sucks. Constantine's alright. His ability to which one is it here? To increase the dodge. But again though, that's if you're using the sun heroes, right? But anyways, I'll try to I'll make a more in-depth video sort of explains. I don't really think I got my point across, but you just sort of have to like believe me on it, where you really have to stick to one faction. It'll benefit you more in the long run. And I'm not even sure if they plan on making if they plan on awakening, letting us be able to awaken Eris and Harmonia. But in case they don't, Eris is still more powerful, but not as much as she once was. Like before, if she was like a level 10, let's say she was a level 10, right? Like unawakened, all these heroes were maybe like, let's say like Azora unawakened, right? Was like maybe like a level 6. But now that you can awaken Azora and like even the Grim Reaper awakened, she's now like a level 9 or something, but she's still a level 10. Like she's still just slightly better, but not as much. Even though she has 100,000 less life than the Grim Reaper. Even like she has 100,000 less life than the Grim Reaper awakened, or just anybody awakened is going to get to her level of life, right? Even though she has a lot less life and even more damage, right? I mean, even a lot less damage, right? Just because of her Midnight Dance, right? And her Dark Guardian, she can still one shot and crit and do like 1,000,000 damage to one shot the Grim Reaper from 100 to 0. Like no problem whatsoever. And that goes for any of these, like any hero, regardless of who they, except for Harmonia, because it's very hard, for whatever reason you can't kill her. But anyways, this is a very, I'm very happy about the update. Extremely happy. Yeah. And it allows me to get back to summoning too. Like it allows me to get back to summoning because I've stopped summoning for like the longest time because there's really no point at all. But that's probably why I stopped too. Just that right there. Anyways, thank you for watching. Sorry that this video is like a very very long one here. But yeah, thank you. Please comment and subscribe.